Good evening everyone and welcome back to Adam's Land. Welcome back to the fourth instalment of the Walt Disney World Attraction Bracket 2018. This was brought to us by Disney Dan and themeparktube.com. Go and check them out at www.themeparktube.com. I will also link up Disney Dan's YouTube channel in this video here. You'll see it in the description down below, so be sure to check that out as well. With me as always is Ebony.
Ebony's Little Channel, hi.
So yeah, Ebony from Ebony's Little Channel. Tell them about your channel, Ebony. What do you like to do? What do you like to film?
Oh, I like to film, like, going to theme parks, like doing blind bags, and all other fun stuff.
Just things you like to play with or like to go and see, isn't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so and you have fun making videos and showing everyone, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, be sure to check out Ebony's Little Channel as well. You'll see a link pop up for it just up here now. Okay, so be sure to check that out, that'd be great. Okay, so we are on the fourth video of the Disney World Attraction Bracket 2018. So we're down to just 16 attractions now, which is just going to be 8 matches. So this video will be shorter than the first 3 videos that you've seen, which all fell around maybe just over 30 minutes, 30-35 minutes each, the first 3 videos. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty now. It's going to be some tough matchups.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
Then we're going to begin with matchup number 1. So this is round 3, because the first round was done as 2 different videos because it was such a big round. So the first round was divided over videos 1 and 2. Round 2 was in video number 3. It gets confusing. So this is video number 4. This is round 3. Matchup number 1 is Pirates of the Caribbean at the Magic Kingdom versus The Seas with Nemo and Friends, which is at Epcot. So Ebony,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
you like Pirates of the Caribbean? Yeah, I like Pirates of the Caribbean too. Both are great rides, but obviously The Seas with Nemo and Friends, quite a new ride at Epcot. When I say new, I mean it's been there certainly a number of years now, longer than a decade. But it's certainly not an original ride at Epcot, while Pirates of the Caribbean was, of course, an original at the Magic Kingdom and at the original Disneyland as well. So, yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, a lot of history there. They have updated the ride on more than one occasion. They updated it to include Captain Jack Sparrow after the release of the film franchise, which of course the films were based around the ride, but then the ride never originally included Captain Jack Sparrow, so that was updated a number of years ago. They did also update the ride this year to change the scene with the Red Lady. It was originally a pirate auction where pirates were auctioning women. They've changed it now so the Red Lady herself is a pirate. There's a mixed feeling around that latest change. I personally feel it didn't need to change. I applaud Disney for trying to move with the times, certainly. You know, I don't disagree with that whatsoever. But when it comes to the theming of the ride depicts how times were when pirates were around, when they would go into towns and they would pillage and take what they wanted. So women were included with that. That's just how things were back then. So did Disney need to change that scene? No, but I can certainly understand why they have done it, and I do agree with Disney moving with the times at least. So what do you think of The Seas with Nemo and Friends? You enjoy that ride as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like Nemo, you like Dory, don't you? Yeah. You like the bit with the turtles where the shells spin around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you prefer Pirates of the Caribbean? You think it's a better ride? Yeah, I think it's a better ride as well. Certainly it's a longer ride. I think the theming is better in Pirates of the Caribbean. And there's, like I say, there's the history element as well. So yeah, we're going to agree with Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Okay, so Pirates of the Caribbean is going to win matchup number 1. So that's round 3, matchup number 1, Pirates of the Caribbean wins. Okay, so round 3, matchup number 2. We've got a bit of a space race going on here, guys. We've got Avatar Flight of Passage at the Animal Kingdom versus Star Tours at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Okay, so Avatar Flight of Passage, you know, exactly as it sounds, it's based on the movie Avatar. Star Tours is Star Wars. So, Ebony, what are you thinking about this one?
I think Avatar.
You like the Avatar ride, don't you?
Yeah.
You were blown away by that one? Yeah, it's. I mean, we queued up for a long time for that ride. We queued up for an hour and 45 minutes to ride on that ride. It was well worth it. Yes, it was. I think the queues originally said it was going to be how long? Three hours?
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, the queue said 3 hours, and we'd got there first thing in the morning, so we said, okay, we'll queue for this ride. You know, before we go and do anything else, we'll get it done, and it was worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Everything from in the queue, the theming of the queues. I mean, the theming of the queues for both rides is fantastic because in Star Tours, the level of detail going through the queues to keep everyone entertained is phenomenal. But I think the level of detail for Avatar just takes it up a notch with like a prelude sort of backstory to it as well, of you becoming an Avatar and being able to fly on the Banshee. The detail, the colours in the queue as you go through elements that are, you know, part of Pandora, and then when you get into the lab and you see the Avatar floating in the tube, that was cool, wasn't it? You saw the real life Avatar. Yeah, and some of the elements that have been taken to the lab that have been retrieved or recovered on Pandora, they're just amazing to see. Do you remember that sort of slime stuff that we saw, and then it kind of turned into what looked like a little bug and it was crawling around, and then it turned into slime again? And do you remember seeing that? Yeah, which was really cool. So I think Avatar, they just took it up a level. The ride is phenomenal. It's 3D. It also plays with your sense of smell as well. It's a bit like Soaring, but at the next level. Yeah, I'm going to agree with Ebony on this one. Like, Star Tours is a great ride. It's been there a very, very long time. I believe it was there when I first went to Florida in 1991, so it's been there a very long time. Avatar, new, just it takes ride technology to the next level, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a fantastic ride. Ride it, let us know what you guys think. But yeah, the winner of round 3, matchup number 2, is going to be Avatar Flight of Passage. Okay, so round 3, matchup number 3. So this is the Jungle Cruise at the Magic Kingdom versus Spaceship Earth at Epcot. Okay, so the Jungle Cruise, an old ride, a very fun ride, depending on the cast member that you get. It's quite satirical, it makes a parody of itself and what it's supposed to be. It's certainly not Kilimanjaro Safaris at Animal Kingdom. This is a very tongue-in-cheek boat ride, which I didn't get the appeal of it for a long time until the last few years. Now I do enjoy that ride. I do love Jungle Cruise. It's just a relaxing ride. It's very, very fun. The cast members are quick-witted, they're sharp, they're brilliant. Tell some good jokes and good stories along that ride. So I do enjoy Jungle Cruise. That being said, Spaceship Earth, the Earth Ball, as some people call it, you know, the big silver ball, the focal point of Epcot, that to me is an icon in itself. It's a ride that whenever I go to Epcot, I have to ride that ride. I try and ride it first if I can, if the queues aren't bad, but regardless, even if the queues are bad, I will make sure I ride that ride at some point during my day at Epcot. What are you thinking, Ebony?
Spaceship Earth.
You like Spaceship Earth? It's interactive, isn't it, Spaceship Earth? And it asks you to put in a bunch of details about yourself at the beginning, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then it asks you a bunch of questions about what you like to do, your type of holidays you like to go on, the type of activities you like to do in your free time. And then after you've travelled through a timestamp of Earth, if you like, of history and the way mankind has developed the planet and developed life on the planet, it shows you what life might hold for the future for you, doesn't it? You know, it gives you a little cartoon version of what you can look forward to in the future. So yeah, it's a good fun ride, isn't it?
Yeah.
Both are interactive in terms of, obviously you've got what we've just described on Spaceship Earth, but you know, the cast members talk and they sometimes get a bit interactive with the guests on the ride on the Jungle Cruise. Good fun, very humorous, but if I was in Florida right now, it was my last day before I was due to fly home, and I was told I could ride just one ride and I was only given the choice of those two, I'd be at Epcot riding Spaceship Earth, I think. So yeah, we're gonna agree on Spaceship Earth on that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so Spaceship Earth wins round 3, matchup number 3. Okay, so round 3, matchup number 4. This one is going to be a tough one, I think. This is going to be Soaring Around the World at Epcot versus the Tomorrowland People Mover, or the TTA, at the Magic Kingdom. Ebony, what do you think?
Soaring.
Soaring?
Yeah.
You prefer Soaring. Why is that?
Maybe because it's like lifts you up and all that, because you get to see a big screen TV. And then you like see all houses in 3D and you go whoosh.
It's not 3D though. It's just
There it is.
No, it's not 3D. It's just a screen. It's just a screen. It gives you a feel of 3D because of the way you're elevated and the way you're watching the screen. It makes it feel like you're flying, but it's not a 3D ride. It's just a screen. I'm going to go with the People Mover purely because it's an old ride, but it's a classic. It's got a lot of history, that ride. It's not one of the standout rides at anywhere in Disney World for being an exhilarating thrill ride, but genuine Disney fans all over the world, I think, clamour for that ride. They did have a People Mover at the original Disneyland in California, but that was closed. So I believe the People Mover at the Magic Kingdom is the last remaining one in any Disney park. It's one of the original rides, I think, from Magic Kingdom when it first opened. It was one of the conceptions that Walt had for his idea of the City of Tomorrow, which was his original design and idea for Epcot. Was there was going to be people movers everywhere to transport people around the city. So this is what the TTA was. It's just a nice, relaxing ride around Tomorrowland. But it takes in some great sights. You get a good couple of views of the castle, of the Cinderella Castle. You get to see Walt's vision of the original concept of Epcot, the city of tomorrow. You get to go through Space Mountain, which I always love going through Space Mountain on the People Mover. You go past the Carousel of Progress. You go through Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, and yeah, I love going on that ride. Soaring is a fantastic ride as well. I do enjoy Soaring. I do find though with Soaring, your enjoyment of the ride can depend on where you sit. If you're sat somewhere in the middle on either the top or middle carts, fantastic. If you're on the bottom row, it's not quite as good. And if you're at the end of the row, again, it's not quite as good. You kind of see the edge of the screen, and it can really impact on your enjoyment of that ride. The last time we rode it, I didn't enjoy the ride that much because I was sat right on the end, and you just didn't get the same feel for it. The first time I rode that ride, I was blown away by it. Soaring has also been updated. It's got a different video now. I preferred the original one that they had. I thought the original version of Soaring was better than the newer version of Soaring. So yeah, this is one where we're going to disagree because you're going to go with Soaring. I'm going to go with the TTA. So, how do we decide who wins? See, this is something that's quite interesting. I've been speaking with a couple of friends recently who have also done their own versions of this same Disney World attraction bracket. So I've been speaking to RobFuz from the RobFuz YouTube channel, and I've been speaking to Mike from Our Themed Life, two good friends of mine. But yeah, we were discussing about when it comes to picking our answers during these attraction bracket videos, it's not necessarily just the enjoyment of a ride, but it's an emotional attachment as well. It's how it makes you feel. It's your childhood memories from when you first went to Disney. Obviously, Ebony was, it was nearly 4 years ago since Ebony first went to Disney, so she's probably got some great memories, some vivid memories and some vague memories from that first time, as well as the trip last year that we had. I've got memories from when I was 9 years old and when I was 12 years old, when I first, the first couple of times I went, all the way to every other time I've been since. Rides give you childhood memories when you go to Disney World. They give you an emotional attachment to them, and they give you enjoyment every time you ride them, or not if you don't enjoy the ride. So I think because of what the TTA is, it's always been there for a long, long time, whereas Soaring is quite a relatively new ride in the last decade or so. It is good, but if the TTA was to go, I would miss it. I would be distraught. I would be absolutely devastated. If Soaring was to go, I would be disappointed, but I wouldn't miss it because I've only been on it a handful of times. So yeah, I think for me, I think we're going to put TTA through to the quarterfinals. So yeah, sorry to disappoint you on this one, but just because of the emotional attachment, I don't think I could live with myself if I put Soaring through over the TTA. So People Mover is going to win round 3, matchup number 4.
Of course.
Okay, so we're at the halfway point. Let's move on. Round 3, matchup number 5. This again is two big hitters. We've got the Tower of Terror at Disney's Hollywood Studios versus Expedition Everest at the Animal Kingdom. Okay, it's going to be a tough one. Ebony, what are you thinking?
Expedition Everest.
You think Expedition Everest? Why?
Because there's bubbles everywhere and it's funny, and then like you go backwards and like it's really fun.
It is a really fun ride. You can't give the bobbles as the reason to put it through. Like,
it's funny.
It is. Yeah, it's a bit of a crazy phenomenon that people have at the bit where you come to a stop. Sorry, this is a spoiler for anyone that's not ridden the ride. But there's a bit where, you know,
like the broken track at the top, you stop.
And then if
All
you
the
take a look
sides.
around, everyone's discarded their bubbles. When I say everyone, I didn't discard any bubbles because I didn't have hair that warranted a bubble. You kept your bubble in your hair, didn't you?
Yeah.
You didn't discard your bubble. But anyone that's had long hair, maybe had it tied back in a hair bubble, yeah, you've got to check it out. There's videos of it on YouTube, but there's hair bubbles everywhere. It's a bit of a weird, crazy phenomenon. But yeah, it's funny to see. But yeah, going back to the rides themselves, what is it that makes you think Expedition Everest is better than Tower of Terror?
You know, at night you can see like Yeti like better in the dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do see it better in the dark. Yeah, it's a fun ride at night. I mean, Tower of Terror is a fun ride at night though as well.
Yeah.
It is a fun ride at night. In the day it's better because you can see all across the theme park and when the doors open, but at night, you know, you can see quite a good view as well. So, what makes it scary? Is it the theming? Is it the anticipation of the drop? Is it the backstory?
The backstory and the theming.
The backstory and the theming. Okay. The theming though is one of the best things about it. I think Disney Imagineers at the theme parks have invested a lot of time, a lot of money and a lot of effort into doing the theming on all of their rides, or the majority of them certainly. However, I challenge you to find a ride that has better theming than the Hollywood Tower Hotel on Tower of Terror. I mean, there's some good theming in the queues for Expedition Everest. There's some fantastic theming in Flight of Passage Avatar, like we were discussing before. You know, Mission Space has some fantastic theming at Epcot, which we'll be discussing later. But I don't think any rides whatsoever can hold a candle to the Hollywood Tower Hotel, the theming for the Tower of Terror.
But what if there was better?
Well, if there was better, then I'd be happy to discuss that, but at the moment, I mean, add a comment down below, guys, because if you think there's a ride with better theming than the Tower of Terror, please tell me what you think it is.
And tell it down below.
Yeah, so I think, you know, part of it, you know, the backstory with Tower of Terror as well, I enjoy Expedition Everest, but I don't think it's the best roller coaster at Disney World. It starts off quite slow. It's good fun, you know, the bit where you go backwards and then again when you go forwards after that. They're probably the best bits of the ride. It's fun, but I would say probably Big Thunder Mountain's a better ride, or Space Mountain, or Rock and Roller Coaster. So yeah, I enjoy Expedition Everest. I don't think it's the best ride at Animal Kingdom, but I love Tower of Terror, and for me that is the best ride at Hollywood Studios. I don't think there's another ride that can hold a candle to Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios. So yeah, again, I think, you know, we've come to a bit of an impasse here. If this was Ebony's bracket, she would have ditched Tower of Terror and gone with Expedition Everest, but I think we're going to have to put Tower of Terror through just because of the theming, the backstory. It's good fun, and you did enjoy it last time we rode it as well.
No.
Yes, you did.
No.
We've got the video to prove it.
No.
We played the video to prove it. If you guys want to see it and you're not seeing it yet, check out the second video of this attraction bracket, where Ebony admits actually that wasn't too bad. So,
No.
so yes, you did.
Lying.
I'm not lying. We've got the video proof. So
I
yeah,
didn't say I like it all.
be sure to check that out, guys.
No.
Yeah, so we're going to go with Tower of Terror in matchup number 5. Okay, so we've got 3 more matchups to go. Okay, round number 3, matchup number 6. We've got Mission Space at Epcot versus the Haunted Mansion at the Magic Kingdom. Okay, so this is going to be a really, really tough one. I think I know which one I want to go for. I think Ebony seemed a little bit more torn because she loved both of these rides. Yeah, it's not fun when you get a match up with two of your favourite rides, is it? But there can only be one winner overall, and that's what we're trying to whittle this down to. So Ebony, what do you think? Mission Space or the Haunted Mansion? We can't have both. Only one can go through. I know it's a tough one. I think I know which one I'm going to go for, but yeah.
You'll have to say yours first and tell the theming about it so I can get me through.
I'm going to have to go with the Haunted Mansion. Again, an old classic ride. Mission Space, I do enjoy it, but I remember a time at Epcot when Mission Space wasn't there. Again, maybe it's just the history and the how it invokes childhood memories, but the Haunted Mansion has always been a favourite ride of mine, whether I'm at Disney World, whether I'm at Disneyland Paris, or any other Disney park. The Haunted Mansion, great fun. The theming from the moment you get into the queue onwards, you know, the anecdotes and limericks on the gravestones, the interactive sort of bookcases and things that you can play with in the queue, you know, where you move the books, and the musical instruments in there, and then just the overall theming, some of the quotes from the ghost host on the ride. Yeah, I could ride Haunted Mansion over and over and over again, and I wouldn't be fed up with it. Mission Space, I do enjoy it. It's not for everyone. It does make you feel a little bit funny when you come off if you've ridden the orange mission. There are two different missions. You've got a green mission or an orange mission. We went on the orange mission. We've only ridden the orange. We've never ridden the green mission. The orange is the more intense one. So. Well, maybe we can do the green next time so you can see what it's like. But it doesn't spin you as much as the orange mission does. I enjoy it, but again, if I was given the option to ride one ride at the moment out of those two, I would choose the Haunted Mansion. So, what are you thinking?
I got my answer.
Well then.
Mission Space. If there's two of them, of course, you can go on both of them and see what's the difference as well.
Yeah.
You see a tiny screen TV. You have buttons, so you have to control it. It's like a little challenge. And then, like, all the pressure on it's like realistic.
Yeah, the spinning and the pressure is realistic. It does give you that kind of it kind of gives you the G-force, you know, that you are blasting off into space. It is a great feeling on that ride. Maybe not for everyone, but I enjoy it. I would go with Haunted Mansion. You think Mission Space? They're both great rides. I mean, that's the beauty of this attraction bracket is everyone's got their own opinions, and everyone's entitled to their own opinions and what they like.
Like I have my own opinion, so you can't get mad at me for no reason.
No, I'm not getting mad at you. I'm surprised that you've chosen that ride over a classic. But that's your choice.
Let's say it's fair.
You obviously like the Haunted Mansion as well, because you couldn't decide between the two of them. I think we're going to put the Haunted Mansion through because Ebony couldn't decide at first. She wanted to go with both. So because she couldn't decide and because I was able to pick one easier, that's going to be the overriding winner. So we're going to go with the Haunted Mansion. Sorry, Ebony. Right, so we're down to the penultimate match. This is round 3, matchup number 7. We've got Splash Mountain at the Magic Kingdom versus the Carousel of Progress, also at the Magic Kingdom. Ebony, what do you think?
Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain. Yeah, that was an easy one for you, wasn't it then?
Because I haven't even been on Carousel of Progress.
This is true, you've not. And Splash Mountain is, well, it was certainly your favourite ride the first time we went to Disney, wasn't it? Yeah, and I think it's still one of your favourites now as well. Yeah. So, yeah. For me, I love the history of the Carousel of Progress. That was Walt's idea and concept long before Disney World, long before Disneyland. He built that for the World Fair, then it went to Disneyland, and then it was transported from Disneyland to the Magic Kingdom at Disney World. I love the history of the Carousel of Progress. I love the song, catchy as anything, Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. I do love Carousel of Progress, but for me, Splash Mountain, Pretty Good Sure As You're Born and Zippity Doo Dah. It's a great length ride, a good sort of 12 to 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
It's a combination of the thrill ride with the log flume drop and the Disney World Dark ride. Some of the stuff that goes on inside the mountain is fantastic. It epitomises Disney for me. So yeah, I think that's a very easy one. So we're going to both agree on Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain goes through. Okay, so last matchup. This is matchup number 8 in round 3. And it's 2 attractions, both from Tomorrowland at the Magic Kingdom. We've got Space Mountain versus the Tomorrowland Speedway. Okay, Ebony, what do you think?
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain?
Yeah.
Is that an easy one for you?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I have no reasons for Space Mountain.
You like them both though, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, I like them both as well, but I think Space Mountain is an easy pick. The one at the Magic Kingdom is the original Space Mountain. It wasn't open when the park first opened. I think they built Space Mountain in 1975, but it was opened before the one at Disneyland. I think the Disneyland one opened maybe 2 years later. So yeah, I love Space Mountain. It's great fun. It's a roller coaster in the dark. It's a rickety one that kind of chucks you about a bit, but just the whole atmosphere of it, the stars flying around on the ceiling and everything like that.
I used to say there's like shooting stars or something.
Yeah, like shooting stars and meteorites and asteroids and things all flying around the ceiling as effects. And yeah, it's just really, really good fun, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Tomorrowland Speedway, I do have a lot of love for that ride. I was quite anxious last year when I thought they may be getting rid of that ride to make room for the new Tron coaster, which is being built behind Space Mountain. Fortunately, it's staying in place, and Tron will just be an addition with nothing having to make way for that. So I'm pleased about that. But yeah, again, give me a doubt at the Magic Kingdom. I have to ride Space Mountain. Give me a doubt at the Magic Kingdom. I don't have to ride the Tomorrowland Speedway. I do enjoy riding it, but I don't feel it a necessity during my day at Magic Kingdom, whereas Space Mountain is. So yeah, I agree with Ebony. We're both going to say Space Mountain for that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so Space Mountain goes through. And yeah, so we're now looking at the attraction bracket. We're now down to the quarterfinals, which will be the next round. So video number 5 will be the quarterfinals. Not many attractions left. We're down to the last 8 attractions. And then video number 6 will be both the semi-finals and the final. So be sure to stay tuned for those.
Thanks for watching.
Yep, thanks very much for watching. Be sure to
Subscribe.
Be sure to click the like button if you've enjoyed it.
And the bell.
Subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Be sure to check out Ebony's little channel and subscribe to hers as well. She puts out some great content, and she's going to be doing some more of that now that she's got the addition of another camera to play around with. And yeah, please, comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Again, this has been a tough round in the attraction bracket. We've got rid of some attractions we didn't want to get rid of. There was 2 or 3 that we disagreed on. So yeah, please comment down below. Let us know what you would have put through. Let us know what you think of our choices and how the bracket's shaping up. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video. So yeah, thanks very much guys. Take care.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye bye.